filament going up to maybe 220 watts. It is currently AC and adjusted for North American and Canadian current, but is prepared to travel in Europe. In the unlikely event of a water landing, the two walls outside on either will inflate, thus enabling you to spin down into the courtyard outside. At this time, we also invite you to extend consideration and courtesy to your fellow customers in the event of a panic or mass stampede. Try not to all go out of the same exit at the same time, thus trampling each other to death, rendering a bloody, unintelligible slur or stomp of human flesh crushed beyond the palest imaginings of... Oh, hello. You've got me, I haven't. That sounds like a sentence you could translate into Polish, or you could figure out where to put the dots. You've got me, I haven't. You've got me, I. Haven't you got me? You've got me, I haven't. Whatever it is you have, I don't. In this case, it's my voice. It's disappeared from this monitor, Carl, that you said was much stronger than the other one. This is the show business equivalent of coming into land on no engines at all. But at the same time... Oh, that's interesting. I can't hear the guitar either. Yeah, it's coming through. Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's just sort of acoustic stuff, really. Hang on. That's nice. It's nice. It's nice, and Floppy the Tired Bear says, it's okay, I'm the Mushroom King, baby. See ya, Jan, love you always. The Spotty King, your friend Mushroom the Bendy Bear, it says inside the monitor. This is good, except that it's bad. Let's be real positive. Okay, it seems to be working. This is the song. I am in fact a plumber involved with U-bends and the excavation of things, blocked things, pulling them out, drilling in, scalping them out, screwing, pulling them out, little tongues, things up your nose to pull the brain out, those little things for extracting seafood in beautiful restaurants, if necessary, popping the strands of seaweed as they lie on the beach, bursting bubbles, getting something out of somewhere, and putting it somewhere really unmentionable. I became involved, but I'm a metaphysical plumber, which means people wouldn't hire me for conventional plumbing. But don't be fooled by this sort of entertainment bullshit and stuff like that. What I am actually doing now is plumbing. You're all going to go home and your sinks are going to be different. It's going to be, you're going to feel like you could breathe through them. In fact, some of you are going to wake up under your sinks going, I just feel it. And this is for you. This is the first one anyway. Did you ever hover in the distance? Did you ever swoop down from the sky to the bright green rocks all draped in seaweed and the deep blue ocean rolling by? Maybe I will find today, maybe I will lose tomorrow. Gonna rock onto the Oceanside. Did you ever see into the future? See the big red sun that won't go down, and the giant moths upon the cliffside, and the deep red scar that was our town. Maybe I will find today, maybe I will lose tomorrow. Gonna rock on to the Oceanside. Baby, with a king and queen or something. Everybody goes and then they come. We can make a moment last forever. Gaze across the ocean to the sun. Maybe I will find today, maybe I will lose tomorrow. Gonna rock on to the Oceanside. Maybe I will find today, maybe I will lose tomorrow. Gonna rock on to the Oceanside. Gonna rock on to the Oceanside. Gonna rock on to the Oceanside. Thanks. This is about a farmer who finds that he's really an artist, and he's about 34, 35, and he looks out one day, and it's a he, and there's all these paintbrushes, because that's the stereotype of an artist, somebody with paintbrushes and berets, but not berets and onions, because that's French people, although you can have French artists who've got a beret and an onion. So if you're coming into land and you wonder what's in front of you, check out the signal, look at the computer and see, and if you've got the signal, beret, onion and paintbrush, it's a French artist, okay, so don't overtake. And give him landing space. Anyway, he's, we don't know what nationality he is. He wakes up one morning and every single sheaf of corn in the field has turned into a paintbrush, and there's this enormous zeppelin floating down on the breeze, kind of fleshy, World War I surplus, beautiful old German zeppelin coming down on the breeze in a kind of woozy and un-zeppelin-esque fashion. It gets right down just above the corn, and the gondola crashes down into the brushes, and there's a sort of pleasant slurping sound, as there would be. And this badger shoots into the air about 20 feet, and a parachute comes out of the back of its neck, and it gurgles. And where the stuff comes out of its mouth, everywhere it drops, a little history book grows like that, but tiny, and the pages are so cramped together, all these bright kids take them to school the next day, but they can't open them properly. And they say, he was involved in the risotto, and it wasn't. So the teacher has the bright pupils executed and says to the dumb pupils, there you are, there's a chance for you. They say, yes, teacher, and they pull the noose up, and the teacher is lynched as it hangs over its desk. And the dumb pupils all go out with chalk, and they put the chalk in their nostrils. They walk out to the field, and they see this zeppelin swaying back and forth. It starts to scratch its belly on the paintbrushes, just moving backwards and forwards gradually. And the artist says, obviously life's going to be different now. I'm not a farmer anymore. And he opens the cupboard, and there's his former self from half an hour ago in the cupboard saying, well, how do you know anything's different? And he says, if you're my former self, how do you know it's me you're talking to? And the guy says, don't be stupid, you're me. I'd recognize you anywhere in front of a mirror. He says, how do you know this isn't a mirror? There's normally a mirror on this cupboard. Well, that's not a mirror because I opened the door. Oh, did you? He realizes, in fact, he hasn't opened the door and he is talking to the mirror. So he thinks, well, I'm obviously being a bit remiss. But he checks himself, does the old Marx Brothers routine of, this and that, waves to see if the duplicate figure opposite's doing the same thing. And it is, except that the person in the mirror is wearing a beret and carrying an onion with a paintbrush. So he realizes that it's a French artist. He says, hang on, but I'm not French. And he says, yeah, but when you take up art, you abandon everything else. And he sits on the piano and sings this song. Lost Madonna of the Wasps, I wonder where we crossed, I wonder where she lost me. Lost Madonna of the Wasps, she's dying in the frost, I wonder what she cost me. Is this love? Gone Madonna of the swans, she waves a magic wand, and then she settles on me. Wise Madonna of the flies, I look into her eyes, she doesn't recognize me. Is this love? Is this love? Lost Madonna of the Wasps, I wonder where we crossed, I wonder where she lost me. Lost Madonna of the Wasps, she's dying in the frost, I wonder what she cost me. Is this love? Is this love? Thanks. This is about one of those people that nobody actually knows, but everyone knows somebody who knows him, like God, or Keith Richards. I mean, come off it, I know at least 50% of you are going to spend Thanksgiving with Keith. One syllable, like God. Easy to make a mistake. O Keith, in thee have we trusted, let me never be confounded. The man next door came round one night to ask me for a drink. I said I didn't anymore. He said, that's what you think. A tendril curled around his leg as he got up to leave. He said a friend of yours was here and we all called him Steve. Clean Steve, clean Steve. They don't come any dirtier than me. Better watch out, all you space cats. Clean Steve is a mineral mine. My cousin Bruce came round to stay, the father of my son. He tore apart a stethoscope and pointed at the sun. There's tentacles between our worlds, he said, so I believe. I said the man next door's best friend was making videos with Clean Steve. You could have knocked him down with a feather if you'd had one. Clean Steve lent me £1 in 1974. That was a lot of money then. I was extremely poor, which in those days was about something ludicrous like $2.42, I think, dollars to the pound, which was enormous. I didn't actually have the funds to get over to the States, so I couldn't have enjoyed the profit I might have otherwise made on Clean Steve's pound, which would have got me from JFK probably half the way down the Van Eyck Expressway, but maybe not into town even then, although of course taxi cabs have increased almost astronomically. Well, of course they haven't in size, but they have in cost. If they had in size, it would be inoperable, because JFK alone would be surrounded by taxi cabs maybe, I don't know, 500 or 600 feet high, thus making it impossible for the planes to come into land. These enormous great yellow cabs which used to have checks on them going round and round with incomprehensible guys yelling inside them every so often and iron fists coming down. We had a party 3 years later. Clean Steve wore a robe. He brought a new Nick Lowe cassette and played it in the road. Clean Steve, Clean Steve. They don't come any dirtier than me. Better watch out, all you space cats. Clean Steve is a mineral mine. Well, I called up Mark Ellen, but he wasn't really in. Instead, I talked to his wife Claire about some gigs she'd seen. Clean Steve was outside the house, washing both his feet. We all had dinner with him once. He gave us lots to eat. There's some real people in this world, and some who are pretend. Clean Steve is making videos with the man next door's best friend. He's good at playing frisbee, and his teeth are shining bright. I think he comes from Leatherhead, if all my facts are right. Clean Steve, Clean Steve. They don't come any dirtier than me. Although you'd have to know me pretty well to know exactly in what context I mean that. Better watch out, all you space cats. Clean Steve is a mineral mine. The beautiful, the finely preserved and the instantly recognisable Clean Steve there from Brit rocker Robyn Hitchcock. Now to follow another one of Robyn's tunes, and I must say I'm very grateful the space he's allowed me to come and talk to you today about something far more important, that being very small pickled onions, as what you folks don't have over here. Now, I know from history books as America's a place that be full of people that's come from Europe originally, so some of you must be French, which means you must have berets at home, and probably onions as well. Well, here's what to do with them. Put them in a little jar and pretend they're bigger than they are. That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? The next line could be, and you wish upon a car. But it's difficult because you can get run over by planets, see, if you get things wrongly timed. I were in bed last night with me wife Joan, and suddenly the planet Saturn comes smashing through the ceiling with its big ring buzzing round like a saw, like starts to chop through the ceiling. I says to Joan, that's one of the planets, isn't it? She says, oh, all I can see is a disc penetrating the ceiling at rapid velocity. I wouldn't say we're a planet. There's no empirical proof of that, Jake. He says, hang on a minute, though. You look at that. See that spot there going round and round. That must be this. She says, no, there's evidence of water in it. I says, there's never water. It's phosphorus. So she chops me head off with a cleaver, and she hangs me head outside the room, and a manuscript come out me neck, which I buried there on me 21st birthday. I don't tell nobody about, you see. And the manuscript come out, and then this little pickled onion is what we keep in a jar come out as well. And I remembered I was going to tell you, but I don't know why. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for having me along with Mr. Hitchcock. This is in... actually, this isn't, because what happened was in 1973 I saw Rod Stewart driving down the King's Road in a Lamborghini. Only last year I saw him at Terminal 3 in London Airport. I said nothing to him on either occasion. It's a Raymond Chandler evening at the end of someone's day, and I'm standing in my pocket, and I'm slowly turning grey. I remember what I told you, but I can't remember why. And the yellow leaves are falling in a spiral from the sky. There's a body on the railings that I can't identify, and I'd like to reassure you, but I'm not that kind of guy. There's a bird outside the window, there's a worm upon a hook, and there's blood all over everything, and I don't know where to look. 'Cause it's a Raymond Chandler evening, and the pavements are all wet, and I'm lurking in the shadows, 'cause it hasn't happened yet. Thanks. This is a song about slicing, and it's designed to sound that way. It's really very simple. I mean, you can slice a relationship up just as easy as salami, but you can't put it between pieces of bread and digest it. But you can try. Yesterday it seemed so cool and everything was fabulous. Built a brick and made for an eternity. Give an inch and take an inch, and what you've got is where you were. The universe is based on sullen entropy. It falls apart as it goes on. Yesterday I saw the devil in the nude. It was embarrassing, I turned away. He was leering in the mirror when I looked again. Everything you say you won't is what you will eventually. Honesty is money in the cemetery. If he treat you horribly, he's probably a Scorpio. He's a long kebab through your ovaries. The same goes out, the same goes in. Yesterday I saw the devil in a mood. He wasn't angry, but he stood around, biting off the legs of all his furry chums. I remember everything as if it happened years ago. Probably it did, so I remember it. You adjust your feelings and that gives you vertigo, falling off a high place and into it, just as I fell into you. Yesterday I saw the devil in my food. I wasn't hungry, but I played with it. Blood red horns gouged through my scrambled. Yesterday I saw the devil in our bed. I could have strangled him, I'm English though. So I made him coffee and I made him toast. You know, when I was a young man, my mother used to sit underneath the balloon, kind of long balloons we grew in those days, much before the war. She used to sew pumpkins. She used to bounce them from hand to hand and say, "Junior." I looked up expectantly, but she was talking to the dog. "Junior, would you sink your fangs in this here round, round orange pumpkin for me? And see if any gas should escape." I rushed forward with what men of science now call my pinky. It's nice to have it defined by men of science. But the dog got there first with his yellow canine fangs. And he sank his fangs into the pumpkin, regular as clockwork. This purple dusty gas would come out, the horizon would darken, the balloons would shrivel, the grass would bristle, the cat would run for shelter, and the old rusty bidet would fill up with nasturtiums that all went, "Not me, Gov," and dive in terror back into the earth. My mother would spin round, rise 3 or 4 feet off the ground. A ghastly aurora borealis would form all around her, crackling as the tension increased. Eventually the pumpkin would burst open, and out would arise my dad in a Dracula suit with a head like Johnny Cash, blowing bubbles out of a pipe. And my daddy would sing this song to me. But he'd ignore the dog. Son, there are mirrors here. Watch your performing little whales. Or snip your harness off and take another walk around the bay. The way the English say, we only mustn't grumble in the end. A needle in your back, an arrow in your heart, you smile. Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? It cramps your handwriting and dulls what little style you have. You cast your mind back to professionals like Alan Breeze, who was a crooner in the early 60s. Who sees the windows freeze and hands around the keys? Unlock yourself, he says, but no one ever does, except for Jacob Lurch and Mr. Moose and Dandy. Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? Do you think that anybody wants to be your friend? Now that they know, now that they know. Son, there are breakers here. Your living room, it glides across the sea. Oh, high above the waves, the wrinkled little waves you cannot smooth. We travel everywhere, we're gonna take the suburbs to the stars. If I was man enough, I'd come on your stump. If I was man enough, I'd come on your stump, Christine. But don't you know, this is the home counties. Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? Is your wax doll still crying in the fire? What you say? What you do? What you say, what you say, what you say? What you do, what you do, what you do? Baby, what you say? He said, yeah. Here come my baby, she pretty good, she pretty useful, just like she should. I just want to tell you she the one I love. I put her on the stove. She simmer and simmer all day long. I cut meat and sing my song and go way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Buy my baby a piece of cheese. Dizzy, dizzy, way, happy, throw cheese. She'll eat anything that isn't diseased. Dizzy, dizzy, way, happy, throw cheese. Here she come walking down the roof. Hey, way, slab, way, date, woof, woof. She not heavy, man, and that's the proof. Hey, way, slab, way, date, woof, woof. She my baby, she alright. Keep me fairly warm at night. Going way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. I got a dog with her legs are black. He got an area strapped to his back. He worked by remote control. I sent him down to the water hole. I sent him to get my baby back. Dog come home and eat some coal. Say, master, she all full of holes. I say, more than usual. Dog say, yeah. I say, never you mind, just bring her here. Do you hear me, bring her here? Do you hear me, bring her here? Do you hear me, bring her here? There go my dog with the legs are black. Gonna get my baby back. Going way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Here she come rolling up the creek. Jibber jabber, bathroom squeak. I fill her up but she start to leak. Jibber jabber, bathroom squeak. Police come with a laser gun. Paper lady blubber in the noonday sun. Burn my dog and away they run. Paper lady blubber in the noonday sun. They took my baby off for analysis. They conclude that she got paralysis. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong, yeah, yeah. Way, way, happy hole, ding dong. I wrote that in 1973 in Bristol bus station in the West Country, but I originated the melody on the platform of the train going to Paddington. I then got off at Bristol and I somehow made my way from Bristol Temple Mead station to Bristol bus station, where I procured some paper and managed to write down what had been burgeoning in my head, little realizing of the bomb I was to drop some many years later, namely the seeding of this song all over the bloody North American continent. If time, as whatever his name is, Stephen Hawking postulates, run backwards, does that mean there are millions and millions of audiences somewhere who are going to feed that song back into my head during the entropic death of the universe, and it's all going to come screaming into me like some wire over a 3 or 4 year interval, and then take 17 years before it goes shooting back up my pen in some ghastly parody of mock phallic extraction into my hand, and then I'm going to go scuttling back to Paddington Station and walk going as the beard gradually recedes into my ever-youthening chin, and I make my way back to the inevitable crevice of my mother's womb. Let's face it, I mean, in one hole and out the other, it's all the same. This next song isn't a swipe at gay people at all, and always the last song a swipe at women. It's just kind of one asshole, as you say over here, dreaming to another one. This is about the descent into stardom. People get what they deserve. Time is round and space is curved. Honey, have you got the nerve to be Queen Elvis? See that man that mows his lawn? He'll hang in drag before the dawn. Some are made and some are born to be Queen Elvis. It could break your mother's heart. It could break your sister's heart. Coming out's the hardest part. To be Queen Elvis. Justify your special ways. Justify your special ways. Getting blowjobs from the press. Oh, I'm jealous, can't you guess? I've always wondered what they're like when they've got their teeth out. Queen Elvis, Oh, and I'll sculpt you so very hard. Oh, and I'll sculpt you till you bleed. Everybody must get stoned, all together, all alone, babbling beside the throne of Queen Elvis. Justify your special ways. Justify your special ways. To Two mirrors make infinity. In the mirror, you and me. Find out just what love could be. Queen Elvis. Oh, and I'll sculpt you so very hard. Oh, and I'll sculpt you till you breathe. People get what they deserve. Time is round and space is curved. Honey, have you got the nerve to be Queen Elvis? Well, it's good that nothing's happened, really. It's the main thing. I mean, if anything did happen, it would be dreadful. And everyone, if there was anyone afterwards, they'd remember it, and nothing else. Everything would be pale in comparison. Issues, or issues, if you like. He was just hedging about. There was no substance to the act. So, you know, just to come out front and say that that's not so. I mean, I've dealt with them. Nothing's happened. That's it. You don't have to be a saint or a prophet to deal with that. If anything happens, either to you or me, good luck. This is a song about where nothing has happened for years, but the guy's really sad about it. I feel some shred of sympathy for the person in this song. Not much. I walk through the heather. Underneath the sky, the leaves have never looked as good as now. They're going to die, but I know why. I smile in the heather. Where we used to stroll. The dew on the cobwebs shines like gold, but I don't care if it shines all year. 'Cause you're not there, and I don't care, and you're not there. feedback is a very important thing. It lets us know when we're getting too close, when we're sending back out that which we've just received, a kind of form of psychic or at least physical vomiting. But I prefer to see feedback in terms of Arnold Schwarzenegger. If everything can be measured in units of Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Arnolds for short, let's say that maybe there's 15 of them coming out of there. They're very, very tiny Arnolds, but they're very powerful. They want to change things, you know. And that's what it is. It's just lots of little exactly. See, there's some more of them at work there. All over the place, these tiny forces matched together can add up to a lot. I mean, you might think I'm being patronizing and telling you something you already knew. Fair enough if you did, but I'm just pointing this out, that there are these little Arnolds and they're affecting things. So there's about 7.5 Arnolds left at the moment. Coming up to 9 when I move the guitar like that. This one's quite noisy actually, Kyle. This is another song about relationships. We're overheating in a small town world. We're overeating in a small town world. I hear the sound of several different crimes. The distant eel and the silver chimes. Lieutenant Hodges often said to me, I see a shoal of them far out to sea. A distant cormorant above the grey. It wheels in dots and then it falls away. A feather biro in a knotted clump performs a vixen with a feline hump. I wanna hold you in a solar globe, the way your body is beneath the robe. Bass. Bass. The juicy flounder and the tender chub will swim around you when you leave the club. Their mouths are open and they will not shut unless you kiss them all behind the hut. But don't go messing with a guy like Reg. He'll leave you gurgling behind a hedge. Bass. Some are dreaming about a bass. Some are holding it down 'cause it's a bass. I'm not gonna tell my friends, it's happened to me, it's a bass, but I'm gonna enjoy it by myself. I'm gonna go to Scotland. The looming mullet and the wily bream are at the window with a quiet scream. The feisty barbell and the gruesome tench are decomposing on a yellow bench. There's something fluttering across the sand, but all I wanna do is hold your hand. Bass, I'm dreaming of Carlisle, it's a bass, and the lakes are open wide, it's a bass. There's a new Pretenders album, it's a bass, available mostly on CD, but he never make love to a loaf of bread, unless of course he found one in his bed. Now frogs are reproducing on your back, and bubbles keep emerging from a crack. It's not a cormorant, it's not a shag, it's only something in a plastic bag. Thanks. It's about a couple of people who go for a holiday in the seaside and are strafed by fighter planes, shrapnel churning up the sand and splintering into pieces all the little bits of outsized bacteria which have sadly blossomed on the beach owing to uncontrollable pollutant factors. They're the only people, in fact, on the beach because the sea is almost drained and the air is down to like 3 Arnolds. It's very, very limited, almost unbreathable, and liable to become even more dense. So life is tough, and one of them is killed, but fortunately someone else comes along wearing a beautiful round spaceman's helmet, kind of 1930s duplex one, with a little breathing hole around the front, with a carrot poking out of it, which means they're choking to death. But the survivor of the previous 2 people pulls the carrot out, and a lot of toxic air goes into the planet, which saves it, and everything's okay, and the reading goes up to about 429 Arnolds, and everyone's really happy. So this is the story of that. My wife lies down on the stairs, stares into air. I know she's there. I'm making coffee for 2, just me and you. But I come back in with coffee for 3. Coffee for 3. My dead wife sits on the stairs. She's combing her hair. I know she's there. She wanders off to the bed, shaking her head. Arnold, she says, you know I don't take sugar. My wife and my dead wife, am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife, doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no. My wife sits down on the stairs. She's peeling a pear. I know she's there, 'cause I'm drilling holes in the wall. Little holes in the wall. I turn round and my dead wife's upstairs. She's still wearing flares. She talks out loud but no one hears. My wife and my dead wife, am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife, doesn't anybody see her at all? No, 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 no. And I can't decide which one I love the most. The flesh and blood, or the pale smiling ghost. My wife lies down on a beach. She's sucking a peach. She's out of reach of the waves that crash on the sand where my dead wife stands, holding my hand. Now my wife can't swim, but neither could she. And deep in the sea, she's waiting for me. She's waiting for me. Oh, I'm such a lucky guy, 'cause I got you, baby, and I'll never be lonely. My wife and my dead wife. Am I the only one that sees her? My wife and my dead wife. Doesn't anybody see her at all? But salvation comes in the form of being in love with a real person, not with your imagination. In case you didn't know. All right. I'll leave you with this. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Well, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. And she's staring through a crack in the sky. Oh, she's staring through a crack in the sky. Well, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I thought I knew all about everything, but I was wrong. I thought I knew all about everything. I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. And she's in love with a wonderful guy. She's in love with a wonderful guy. Well, I hope she's in love with whom I think she's in love with. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. I'm a charming and seasonal guy. Yes, I'm a charming and dangerous guy. If you don't expect too much, it's alright. I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Well, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. So we're going through a hole in the sky. Yeah, we're going through a hole in the sky. And we'll be up there for the longest while, 'cause I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Oh, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Yes, I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Well, I thought I knew all about everything, but I'm in love with a beautiful girl. Thank you.
All right, Robyn Hitchcock. All right. Let's see if we can get him back out here. Come on. Keep clapping.
Okay, you've identified yourselves positively. Anyone called Leonard? No? Martin? One Martin. Could be lying. Are you lying? Okay, one honest Martin. Always more cunning than we think. Bringing peer pressure to bear on the unseen voice. Any, well, that won't. Leonie, female, I think. Anyone called Leonie? No, never is. Janice. Kent. Any Kents? Biffo? No? Malcolm. Malcolm? If there is a Malcolm out there, he's being damn tenacious. Malcolm! Come on, own up. Malcolm, I shall make everybody else stay in until you reveal your identity. Sometimes he goes by an alias like Le Touquet. It's an airport in France. Veronica. Veronica? Wow, you're a canny lot. Bloody hell, it's my last plectrum, hang on. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm not plugged in. Kind of bit amateurish. Sounds better not plugged in. Well, I mean, you rather didn't play us all. You can hop right onto Virgin Airlines and fly over to England relatively cheaply. You can see lots of English people. They all look like me, except the females who are 3 inches shorter and have hair down to their shoulders. What do the English do, you ask yourselves? Think of Finland. That's not to say the English think of Finland, but you're thinking about Finland in the back of your mind, so you're thinking very quickly about the English before contemplating the Finns at greater depth. Well, just like you, they reproduce. How, you say? They're a sarcastic and dismal race. Why? How could they attract anybody, even each other? Good question. My girlfriend's American, yeah! On the deadbeat side, her boyfriend's English. Well, they sing songs like this to each other. And then they go and fuck. There, I've said it. Nothing happened. God didn't take the roof off with a can opener. I wasn't extracted by a pair of tweezers and made to stand before a committee of, neutralized dwarfs in the Congress or something like that and have unlucky signs painted out of my wrist. No one's going to play my records backwards and find out that they actually sound better that way. This is our English reproduction song. Treat me lean and wiry, treat me hot and fiery, tell me you desire me, I got a message for you. Treat me hot and rubbery, treat me soft and blubbery, let's go to the shrubbery and make plans, I got a message for you. Listen, baby. If I was a hairless spinster, covered in festering boils, would you still make love to me, or would you recoil? Think about it. Dip me in the custard, cover me with mustard. As long as we are clustered, it's alright, I got a message for you. Though I'm not a piece of veal or a piece of ham, can't you get your teeth in me just where I am? Roll me in the greenery. Thank you, you've been sensational and really too much. Point me at the scenery. I mean this most sincerely on behalf of my ego and myself. Exploit me in the deanery. I got a message for you. I think it's onion shaped, baby. No, it looks more like a zucchini, you know. I love it when you come into the kitchen and I'm all turned on and you cover me with ratatouille and you put me in a zinc thing and then I come out thicker and rounder, hey, than ever on the plate. Treat me hot and treat me soft and feathery. Oh, what lovely weathery. I got a message for you. You got a message for me. We both like Brian Ferry. I got a message for you. Thought I saw somebody else, but it was me instead. I thought I saw somebody else, but it was me, and I was dead. Chain Mary to the bed, Chain Mary to the bed. All of your sins look bigger in the darkness. Don't turn out the light. And have me wait forever. Stop. It's your idea of love. It's your idea of love. Why do your friends get thicker in the darkness? The Marquis de Sade was just a lonely pervert. I thought I saw somebody else, but it was me instead. I thought I saw somebody else, but it was me, and I was dead. Napoleon wore a black hat, ate lots of chicken, and conquered half Europe. Napoleon was caught by the British, imprisoned on Elba. He died on the phone. And Chamberlain came crawling from Munich with one piece of paper. He waved at the camera. Peace in our time. Oh, thank you, Herr Hitler. Tell that to the Polish. Tell that to the Jews. You take your babes up to the bathroom, and then you lead them into the bedroom. Gnarly babes for pleasure and profit, correctly applied, could bring good results. Cynthia Mask, you're wearing a Cynthia Mask. Cynthia Mask. You're dressed as yourself. You walk down the pavement. You smile like a girl. You grin like an angel. The people that pass all think that they know you. They're too busy sinking to see who you are. I'll reach your lungs like smoke in the orchard, scattered in bushes, the firefly laughing. I'll wrap your hand in personal signals. Don't come to me later, but come to me now. Cynthia Mask, you're wearing a Cynthia Mask. Cynthia Mask. Cynthia Mask. I know how she feels, but can't say a word because nothing is real in here. Not even her. Disguise yourself as you or another, a brick or a spider, in hunger and silence, the yawning cross, the hill full of pebbles, inside you forever, inside you is all. Thanks. Over and out.
All right, let's hear it for Robyn Hitchcock.
Well, we'd like to emphasize that the lights came on only for your courtesy and protection. Remember, this is an organized world, and everything that happens is for your own good. It's not like previous generations who lived in fear and terror and clung to the elusive mask of God for comfort. We know the whole world is under the thumb of mankind, in our control, and everything is for the best, even if only indirectly. So it doesn't matter if people are slaughtered optionally, or have slaughtering pleasure, or get into a death situation or whatever. These are just it's on the road to the right thing. In that respect, things haven't changed since medieval times. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. Been on my own so long, I can't tell right from wrong. Bloody red bats, squelching awful, foaming mutilation in the kiss of death. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. I've been on my own all night, I can't tell wrong from right. Baby, come back, give me fever. Don't look so embarrassed, it's a family trait. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. Sometimes I wish I was a pretty girl, so I could wreck myself in the shower. Sometimes I wish I was a, so I could. Sometimes I. I often dream of trains when I'm alone. I ride on them into another zone. I dream of them constantly, heading for paradise or Basingstoke already. I often dream of trains when I'm awake. They ride along beside a frozen lake, and there in the buffet car I wait for eternity or Basingstoke already. I often dream of trains till it gets light. The summer turns to winter overnight. The leaves fall so suddenly. The sun sets at 4 o'clock, exactly what I'm dreading. I often dream of trains when I'm with you. I wonder if you dream about them too. Maybe we'll meet one night out in the corridor. It's waiting for you, baby. 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 Thank you. Arrivederci.